After when I got saved now, I said, Lord, please give me a wife that I stay in the church. Because if I don't get a wife, I don't think I will stay.
Does your husband still look at you with the same eyes that he did years ago when he was a 23-year-old man trying to lure you?
Well, to be frank, I don't know if he really did that, but I do it.
Mr. Williams, 57 years later, still very much in love, still married. What is the one foundational element that you think keeps the love going and the marriage going?
Christ. It's the Christ within us. Christian. Because once you are saved, then you live by the word of the Lord and you put your trust in the Lord. And that is what keeps us. Because if it wasn't for Christ, this marriage will not last this long. I'm telling you, because itself, human will not able to go through it. But I'm glad that we are both Christians, that we live as God's word, by God's words.
And what about you, Mrs. Williams? What do you think is the one element that keeps the marriage and the love going?
Yes, I believe, as the word of God said, when Christ is in the vessel, then we smell at the storms, because there are a lot of storm blow that could differ us, put us apart then. But with Christ, we just stay there and pray and ask the Lord to guide us and to protect us. I tell you, because I was 20 years old when I got married, 20, at the age of 20. And I said, many of my friends said, boy, we're not going to any marriage so young. Even my mother, when I said to her that I was going to get, she said, girl, I don't know if you can manage married life at that tender age. But I went into it with the love of the Lord. It's only Christ could really keep us together. Only Christ can keep us together. And I was sharing in church each Sunday and telling the young people, because I want to know how we do it, how we make it. And I was saying the same thing to them. When you have love, that love bind together, right? And you pray earnestly to God. You live as a Christian. You understand? You follow Christ's example. And it take you through. As I was saying to some of the young ones, sometimes it look like Christianity hard, but it's not hard. We make it hard for ourselves. But if you fear the Lord and you tell Him what you would like to be, to come up in life, He stay by you, and He steer you along. He will never, never let us down or leave us or forsake us. That's what he said in His word.
So does your husband still look at you with the same eyes that he did years ago when he was a 23-year-old man trying to lure you?
Well, to be frank, I don't know if he really did that, but I do it. I personally do it to him.
You're still in love with him?
And yes, sir. I never change. Never, never. I still have that love. And as I said, each day, each year, as 1 year come, I give it the Lord thanks. And I say, Lord, help me to go on. And another year come. Yes, and so it is. 57 years.
You said that it was love at first sight, Mr. Williams.
Yes.
I want to bring you back to that encounter. What was it so special about her that day when you first saw her?
Yeah.
What stood out?
I told you. I tell you, she was a beautiful girl. Very, very beautiful young girl. And she sing, that really got me. She had a very good voice. When she sings, she dressed nice. She was just the type of person I'm looking for. Well put together, well dressed, and handsome, and that caught my eye. That's a this is like the person that I would love to for my wife.
what did you say to her? I want you to tell me what the first words you said to her back then. Do you remember?
Well, we are a matter of fact, because we were in the church, we did not date, and the time was short, to be honest. We did not date out to anyone. We just keep calm, talking to each other on the phone. I said, I love you, and I love the way you look, I love how you sing, and that's it. We just keep talking on the phone. We don't, as I said, we didn't go into any dating or anything like that. I have never taken her out for lunch or nothing before we got married. Because as I said, when she gave me the answer, she was leaving the island. And I just keep praying and asking the Lord. Because if God is not in it, then you're not going to make it.
So how long was she gone for?
6 months. She went away for 6 months.
So what you did in between that time?
I just keep praying. And asking the Lord for guidance and protection.
Never looked on another girl?
No, I've never dated another girl.
Not even a tea?
Yeah, you look at them, but that's it. You look at them, but I did not really look at another one to be my wife or to ask them any question. I didn't do that. I just waited on the Lord.
So you remember when he proposed to you?
Oh, yes.
Why you took so long to answer?
Well, I didn't make up my mind, as he said. I didn't make up my mind. I just feel like I didn't ready then. You know, so
But you did like him though?
oh yes. Yes, I did.
But you never give him any hint or anything like that?
It's a long.
It was just that. I just tell him yes, and I just leave it at that.
Alright, so you consider
Pray
for about 2
about it.
years. Oh, you pray about it?
Sure, I do nothing without praying.
So Mr. Williams, so
Prior.
what did I do at the time when she think about it and I consider it?
You know, to be honest to you, after she told me that she would think about it, I just started pray and ask the Lord for his direction. I said, Lord, if it is your will, let it be done. And if it's not your will, disappoint it. And that's what I keep praying and telling the Lord about. Because let me tell you something. When I just got saved, I used to be a sportsman. I love a lot of women. I used to go to dance and things. And when I made up my mind to serve the Lord, somebody said to me, no, sir, you're not going to that church. Of the way I was, in the dance thing. So after when I got saved now, I said, Lord, please give me a wife that I stay in the church. Because if I don't get a wife, I don't think I will stay. And after I met her and she said she would think about it, I said, I just started to tell the Lord, if it's your will, let it be done. If it's not your will, disappoint. I was preparing myself. And even if she said no, I would not be disappointed.
So about how old were you then?
25. No, when I was...
You're 24 when you got married.
I was 23. I was 23 when we met her. And then, that's the question, and then I keep praying all along because I believe that if God is not in it, then it will not work. So after she gave me the answer, yes, I said, well, Lord, it's your will. So even the very morning before we married, I said, Lord, if it's not your will, disappoint it. I did not want to go into a marriage which doesn't last. And I'm very, very happy and proud this, even at this moment, that the Lord did work it out for me.